Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slaytor Jackson, and for your freaking motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. And on today's episode, y'all, we're talking about, you know what? I need to shift some shit up because it is officially a whole fucking Vember. It's Heauxvember, y'all. So if you out here and you being great, go ahead and put your lips to some pussy, your mouth on some dick, and your hands on some ass. I don't give a damn what you decide to do. It is motherfucking Heauxvember. Heauxvember is a month all about celebrating sex positivity, learning new things about sexuality, just doing everything that you can do to make yourself a better and stronger hoe, or a stronger and better you, whatever you want to say, whatever it is. It's all about having ownership of your sexuality and feeling free and comfortable in that. So happy Heauxvember, y'all. This is the first episode of Heauxvember month 2. So clap hands, whatever. It's not going to be a soundtrack, y'all.
Not that ass.
No, I'm not. I might be able to find a soundtrack. Who knows? But I'm not going to do that. That's too much. Like when it comes to the editing process in general, I'm just like, I'm done with the basic. I'm done with what I know I can do. I'm good. I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
you gotta invest, Vern. Invest that time.
I do. I might. We shall see. I make no promises. So, as y'all can hear, Hakeem is here. And for those people who are new to the show and they're just like stumbled upon this and like, oh, erotic entertainment or Heauxvember or what the fuck is a Soliloquy podcast? Do you mind, just for the special occasion of what this month is, do you mind just asking, letting people know who you are, what you represent, and, just a little bit about your background?
So, my name's Hakeem. I am Aries, representing my Aries folks out there. I am a counselor by trade. I'm in my provisional stage right now, just learning more about counseling before I get my entire license, but that's neither here nor there. Psychology is my game, and talking about sex is the name of the game. So with that being said, I think that sums up me. And also Heauxvember, from what I understand, is a time of the month where Vernon decides to be extra freaky with all his content.
Yes. Honestly, I remember my first time doing this. It was like in 2019, I think. And I was just putting out a lot of wild things on Snapchat and all that great stuff. Like, hey, it's the 6th, grab you some dicks. All kinds of shit. And last year, I decided to just do like a sexual health campaign of just sending out facts. Like, some people don't even know that you can have an orgasm just based off of nipple play and just general stuff like that. This year it's just going to be a new thing. It might be something dealing with, I will say I am releasing a journal. Well, by this point, it will be released. A journal of sexual exploration, which gives people the opportunity to connect their creative side. Have color pencils if you purchase this damn journal, y'all. Have coloring pencils. You'll need those. Don't use markers because that bleeds. But get you some color pencils. Get you a sexual exploration journal, the second version, and it'll have some nice little prompts in there for you to write about, some opportunities for you to color with, like, you know, some adult coloring pages. So you get to design that however you want to design it. You can match colors if you want to make things like what's the word I'm looking for? When it's balanced.
Symmetrical?
Symmetrical. Thank you. See, look, the twin be knowing. If you want to make things symmetrical, you can do that if you want to, but it's all about you expressing your creativity, learning a little bit more about sexuality, and just, I will say it's a little bit of shadow work in it too, but that will be available for people if they want to get that on Slaytor's Playhouse. Links will be in the bio and shit for people. But
these days, what ain't shadow work?
That's a good question. Like, I was watching Buffy. Well, I'm watching Buffy currently. And
again, or this is your first time?
This is like my 18th time watching the full series. And like, I'm watching this, and I'm just like, the dynamics of the show, and I'm like, this, when you change the villains and all that to like traumatic things that a teenager faces, or that a typical person might face in their life, I'm just like, you know what? I see different perspective of the show that I did not see in the past. Like, even when it comes to the, like, it's some tropes that you can easily recognize, like when she lost her virginity to Angel and he changed to that little the fuck boy, essentially. And it's like, you can recognize that common thing because there were plenty of people who would lose their virginity, and the person that they lost it to will shift up their mindset and just be like, oh, I don't fuck with you no more, I got what I wanted, kind of thing.
Hey, like, those people, okay, so I don't know what it is about people losing their virginity, but it sends a whole nother wave of emotion over you and stuff like that, because people have this hyped up idea of like what sex is supposed to be like, and then once you experience it, you like, oh shit, like this, I'm the shit now. Like, it's like you make an accomplishment, like you just change it up.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I was watching the episode where the teacher was the praying mantis.
Oh yeah.
And you know, most people, because you know, that episode in itself, looking at it now, because at first I was always creeped out about it, because I'm like, okay, she's way too old to be with this kid, this student. And I thought about it on a societal level, and you look at, you know, pedophiles within the school system, most definitely when it comes to female teachers who have had sex with minors. And when you take that trope and make that into the praying mantis, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I see what y'all did there. You're making that generalized monster, you know, to address the pedophiles. And then I'm like, okay, what about in most of these vampire series, or at least just if you just stuck to Buffy, all the vampires are just those people who are chasing after the youth or the younger generation to just drain them. And like, that's another trope that you could think about. It's just the shadow work and everything. So yeah, if y'all have not seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, go watch it. It's a good series. Angel's a good series. All those 90s shows were good. Pretty Little Liars, I have to admit, do not watch that. The only reason I say that, because it's a very serious show, and if you don't look at it in the critical eye, you will enjoy it. And if you do look at it in a critical eye, you realize they blatantly had a rape scene on there, and they made it seem as though she was having fun, that it was like enjoying the sex and all this other stuff. But no, it was literally a rape scene that happened. When Allison was on the recording, the camera falls and you see the arm reach out and all this other stuff. No, sis was getting raped.
Damn.
They just use pleasurable sounds to go off of it, but in essence, it was a whole ass rape. So the show gets dark, and I'm so sorry, y'all. Heauxvember is supposed to be like a lot more exciting than that. We will get into the exciting things. It's just, we ended up talking about literature, which is something that is related to what we're talking about today, which is erotic entertainment. In this episode, all we'll be talking about is just like our favorite sources of erotic entertainment, what they mean to us, all that greatness. And just to start off, what are some of the different forms of erotic entertainment that you use, like books, pornography, audio stories, all of that?
Okay. So I use videos, pictures, sometimes like text-based stuff, like text. But my go-to is just like videos. Like I've gotten to the age where I'm just like, if it ain't like a real person on that screen, then I'm just kind of like, it's alright. Like I gotta do some mental gymnastics to like actually get to where I'm trying to be. But the go-to places, I don't know. Like ever since the FBI started cracking down on like having like stricter content parameters for like all these porn websites and whatever, all the amateur stuff is just gone. Like X videos is kind of mainstream. Pornhub is definitely fucking mainstream.
That's fuck.
Yeah, and I don't like OnlyFans. Like I am of the opinion that if I want a video, I want to pay for it one time. That's it. Like
that's how I feel. That's how I feel too. Now, in terms of like where I go to find, because I'm going to get into like my sources too, but
sure.
Where I go to find the good amateur content is always going to be Twitter, because Twitter porn is on some other fucking level.
Twitter is
like, even when I love it that they started giving those special privileges to certain people who actually applied early to have like 10-minute videos. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just like, look, if you're gonna put out a full movie, go ahead and put out a full movie. I'm here for it. Like Twitter porn is all I go to these days. Like I used to love going to X video to find something, XTube. I was not really a big fan of Pornhub because it had so many fucking ads everywhere. Like I knew that at least if I went to XTube, I have one ad per every 5 videos that I watched. But with RedTube, it's Pornhub. With Pornhub,
there's so many of them.
It's so fucking many. But with Pornhub, it's like every single one I go on, there's like a quick video, then I have to X out the video and then get into it. And I'm just like, I am not of the age where I had to buffer, like wait for the buffers to get through processing so I can watch stuff endlessly. We are at a different time now. Do not make me buffer my shit.
Exactly. I ain't trying to buffer a video to buff my meat, man. Like
exactly. Like I don't even know how this video is going to make me feel, and I have to wait 30 seconds just to figure out, is this going to be bustable or not?
It's like, and the crazy thing about it is like half of these videos be so trumped up. It's like barely legal teen, talks to brother or some shit like that. I'm like, all right, I need to see how she's talking. Like, what dirty talk? When you tell somebody like, oh, I like dirty talk does not mean the same thing to you as it means to somebody else. Like, dirty talk to you might be like, yeah, call me a bitch, call me a hoe kind of shit. But other kind of dirty talk is like, hey, yo, tell me I need to get my ass back in the kitchen. Yeah.
Or, you can get real filthy and just like call me a dusty ass bitch that was born on the bottom of the barrel in the ocean, you son of a bitch. Like, all this kind of stuff, give me some anger in this shit. I'm not saying do that to me, even though I might, for some weird reason, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of a turn on right now. Like, just call me the scum of the earth right now. But
it's like, look at you being stupid as fuck. Like, I had a whole like fantasy in my mind. Like, I just be like want to call a bitch. I'm like, look at your stupid ass, and it's like, get over here, bitch. Let me just Like that kind of shit.
Like, I might be okay with someone calling me less of a man during sex. I might be okay with that because it's like, truthfully, it's not going to hurt my self-esteem because I know that you're not really doing that to hurt me. But at the same time, I feel like in that moment, it's going to enrage me a little bit that it influences like the passion that I'm seeking. So it's like, I might be okay with that. Like I get uncomfortable when people try to use the dirty talk in the sexual way in terms of, oh yeah, I love that ass. Oh, I like that dick. Oh, give me that dick. All that. I'm just like, oh, I'm not in a porn.
Right.
I'm not recording. I don't want that right now. I'm not in that scene.
right.
But like having conversations, I'm here for it. Like we could talk, we can say crazy things. Yeah. Like just don't make it into a porn.
Spit in my mouth. Like, oh shit.
I don't know about that one, but you could go ahead and do it, you little freaky ass. Yeah.
Like shit. I was like, whew. I ain't gonna get it from the throat. I'm just like, give you what I got in my mouth already. Because I feel like you just like if you, that's a lot.
Look, I've experienced people who do have a spit kink, and it is very interesting. They're just like, just keep spitting, and I was like, okay, if that's turning you on, I could keep on doing it as long as you make sure that this pleasure keeps on coming for me. I'm great. Like, keep this going.
Gotta brush my teeth. Gotta brush my teeth first.
Right. Like, smelly spit. That stink ass spit.
It just reminds me of that scene in was it Love and Hip Hop or was it I Love New York where she where that girl had spit on her?
Oh, Flavor of Love season 1 when what Pumpkin spit on New York. That's the name. Child.
I was like, oh no.
Not everybody's into a spit kink. Even though that was definitely like built in racism, but not everybody's into a spit kink. Don't be spitting on everybody, people.
Exactly.
I would say, like, for me, these days I do gravitate more to the video because I don't have as much time that I used to have. So I'm really actively trying to get myself to a space where I have a lot more free time to go back to my old ways, because I truly enjoy like reading about sexuality and like people having sex that way, because I was a huge fan of Zane. I read Chocolate Flavor 1, Chocolate Flavor 2, I had Honey Flavor, I had like caramel flavor, I read Skyscraper. I'm just naming a lot of Zane books. If y'all have not gotten those things, get them. I will not say Breaking the Cycle because that wasn't, I read that. It was a great book. That's not a erotic book, but for those people who might need something like that, read it. It's a beautiful book. It's wonderful. It's about domestic violence, actually, but it's a good book. What other books? It was my favorite Zane book, not Skyscraper. It was the one that I've been waiting for them to do a movie of all this time, and then Tyler Perry, I think, or somebody else did it, and it was not what I needed. It was Temptations? Not Temptations. Addicted. That book right there. Oh my God, the sex scenes was phenomenal, but the story in itself, hands down, it was the best. That book was amazing and very sickening too. Like, like a motherfucker burned a dog in the grill.
Damn.
Right, but
wait, is this black shit? Like, because I see all these I see some women reading, African American women reading these books like with saucy ass titles like stepdad coming home tonight or some shit like that. I'm like, and it's got like a dude on the front of the cover with his pants sagging and his shirt off, and I'm like,
That sounds like some Quan Mills shit right there. And I need to read more Quan Mills because the books they catch you in by the title, but they actually have real story to them. So the titles are more of a marketing ploy versus what the actual stories are about. So I do know that I don't know if Quan Mills is a woman or a man. Based off the name, I always want to say he, but this person also
transsexual though.
Oh, I would love that so much. Like, just based off of the name, I want to go with man identifying terms, but it's like when you research and try to learn more about Quan Mills, you're just like, I have no idea who the fuck this person is, but I love it so much. But yeah, Quan Mills, I even follow them on Instagram, and some of their posts I don't agree with, but a lot of them be funny as hell. But of course, it's all about the grasping people in on Instagram anyway. So
right.
But like Quan Mills is a great writer, and Zane, black writer. So you have Eric Jerome Dickey, who's passed away. I do need to get some of his works and like dive into those. Even Toni Morrison? I forget who it was, but whoever made Another Day, Another Dollar or something like that. I forget the name of the book. I always forget the name of that book. But there was this scene in that book where one of the characters was masturbating, and the odd thing about it, the same person had arthritis too, and she just went in detail about him masturbating, and that turned me on, and I started masturbating from that. And I'm like, yes. But like, when I read the scenes, I play the scenes in my head, so I see everything going on as I'm reading, and that's the thing that really turns me on. And that's the kind of content that I like. But in terms of instant gratification, of course, videos, I do want to get into a little bit more of the audio storytellings to try to see how that can drag me or get me into the mood to jack off, or just, get all sexual and horny. There's this one place that I need to subscribe to them called Dipsea, DIPSEA. They're not sponsoring this show. I should. Never mind. They're not sponsoring this episode, but there's somebody who do audio stories like that too.
Okay. I know there's one of my somebody that I know. She does. I should say they. They do stories. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah. However, I'm not entirely sure if they still do them. Only because I know that they have like a lot of stuff going on, that kind of thing. It seems to be the plague of writers when, they start typing up real good shit, then all of a sudden it's like, I got this life shit I got to take care of, like, and never come back to it. For everybody out there, that's how you know you're a good writer.
Amen to that. Because look, I even for myself, I don't be having time to even get back to the book that I'm supposed to be working on for the podcast, which is the one about online dating and whatnot. But I'll get to it one day. And I've pulled up the book. It's Terry McMillan, A Day Late and $1 Short. That book, if you have not read it, you need to read it. It's a good book. It's not very sexual or anything. It's just a really good book. And I will say one of the things I appreciated when it came to like reading a lot of African American literature is that some of them most definitely were adult focused. They weren't shy about addressing sex. But even like if it's a romance novel, or even just a general novel, it will go into it, but not go into great detail.
Like they used to do in the what?
This nigga has a clip on his chin.
Yeah, I mean, I look, man. When even when I'm talking to people, like at practice and stuff like that, I just start feeling some stuff in my hands. Like, I talk with my hands. Like, I look them deep in their eyes. Like, it's real. It's real good that you decided to come in today. I'm proud. And they're like, well, thanks. I'm like, yeah, That's what I'm here for.
I cannot. Oh Lord, but yeah, the sex scenes they're just like quick, and it's just like, oh, we had sex. And they're not like avoiding that. It's like, okay, we had sex. There was this one book called Pit Bulls with Purses, or I feel like it is Pit Bulls with Purses. It's a what some people call a trap novel. That book right there was good as fuck. Like, you have, I think it was 4 women who just kind of ended up being in the gang or some shit, and they just like running shit. And I'm like, I'm here for it. Like, it was a really good story. And Pit Bulls in a Skirt. That's what it's called. Oh,
okay.
And I didn't search that, honestly, so I might have that wrong still. But yeah, I think that's the name of it. While I'm searching, let's go to another thing. So what is it that you like a lot about, porn, like watching the videos? Like what drives you into it? Most definitely for amateur porn too.
So for amateur porn, it depends on the type of amateur porn we're talking about. Because then you have like new to like adult films in general, or you have like just straight up, I filmed this shit on my like camera phone amateur porn. Like now I dip and dab between the like either or, but most of the time I'm gonna be in the I filmed this shit on my camera phone kind of shit. Cause like it's something about the realism of like sex that is erotic. Like I don't want to hear no fake moans. I want to see you fumble a little bit, all that kind of stuff. Like the things that actually come with sex, because it makes it more realistic and obtainable. Like it's about the ability to obtain that level of intimacy with another person that is erotic to me.
Ooh. I'm with you there. Like now, I cannot say, because I do like the occasional. I'm just filming from my phone video, but I enjoy the ones who kind of have a nice little setup, but they're doing this in just more of the fucking side of it, and knowing that we're recording versus we're trying to make a scene while recording. Because whenever they're just having sex to have sex and experience the sex, that's when I'm connected the most. I don't like it when I'm watching a porn and somebody's like looking at the camera and making themselves look like they're really being pleased, or they try to put their eyes behind their head, and I'm just like, this does not give authenticity to me. And as a person who's had quality sex, amongst quantity of sex too, you get an understanding of what is passionate in a scene. And I will even have to say, when it comes to the professional stuff, some of them actually do catch those moments where you get a lot more quality in the sexual experience versus just that you're acting kind of trope, or that you're acting kind of mentality. Like when you see like traditionally published porn, and you be like, okay, this is where we're going into the fake stuff with the fake moans, the fake yelling and all that. I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit out of it now. But within that, you still see the moments where, that moment, you felt that good dick in that moment, or you got that good ass pussy in that moment. You almost broke character. You almost was about to beat it up a little bit too much. You get those little small snippets within those kind of scenes, but those small snippets is what I look for whenever I'm looking for a video. And if I don't see that within the first 10 minutes, I'm automatically not turned on. Like I personally cannot watch any video that's too violent, any video that is too communicative in terms of like, you like this dick, you like this dick, you like that pussy dad, you like that pussy I cannot, because I'm just like, you're trying to make this into something that is not real, and it takes me away.
And that's the same thing with me. Like if it's too much talk, like my thing is this: if pussy is good, it's the same thing with food. If food is good, you're not gonna be talking. or you're not gonna be talking as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like if sex is good, you're not gonna be talking as much. You gonna maybe like a grunt here or like a couple words here and there, but not like full on, you know, I like this dick, you need to work that body like the way I, that kind of shit. Like you're not you're not on the track giving whole directions out here. You're not the cha-cha slide.
Not the fucking cha-cha slide. It's like even like I'm actually thinking of like a specific sexual experience in this moment, but I've experienced where somebody is fighting the urge to want to come, and they're just like, oh, don't make me come yet, don't do it, because they want to prolong the sexual encounter. I get that, and and sometimes when you do see something like that, or you hear something like that within a scene, there is body language that goes into that. You see the toes curling up, you see the body tensing up, you see them fighting demons, everything in order for them not to come in that moment. So you get what you get and understand what those words are saying and the quality and the value of those words in that moment.
Right.
But if you are just having sex and it's like, oh, don't make me come, like
it's like it sounds like you really want to, like,
right.
like
I don't. It just seems so unnatural, and that's the thing that really I don't like. Like I've had this conversation with some of my friends, and this is part of. I just need somebody to hire me as their on their team to be like a coach. For the porn, and just like for me. If you want to make a quality scene with two people, they need to know each other first.
Oh yeah,
like have things in stages before they actually meet up. And y'all motherfuckers, if this like pops off and y'all hear this and you just like, let me steal his ID, you better credit a motherfucker and pay a motherfucker. But essentially, have them meet up. Build that intimacy first, understand what they want within that sexual experience. This is going on the sexual experience coaching side of me, but what do they want in that sexual experience? And you set the tone within the room of filming to make sure that is there. Like if you know that this person who's engaged in this scene likes the scent of vanilla and it doesn't bother the other person, but they actually prefer gentle music, incorporate both of those things so that they are a lot more engaged in the scene. That way, have them talks with each other to have somewhat of an intimacy, knowing that, hey, this is not like when you look at movies, these characters build intimate relationships with the people that they're recording with, but none of them are really like out here trying to, be best friends with the people that they're with. They're not trying to build like sexual relationships with them. It's just a generalized intimacy based on the acting role. Right. So you build that, have them engage in the sex, make it a little bit more powerful and a lot more engaging for both of them. You'll have a better quality film where you can have a lot more of those energetic reactions throughout the filming of your product. And then by the end of it, you have a lot of material that you can use to make this a lot better than what you originally had planned for the scene.
Right. And not only that, like, from what I've seen about specific, like certain pornos, like the whole like not ghetto gaggers. Oh God, ghetto gaggers.
What is ghetto gaggers?
You've never heard of ghetto? Oh wow.
Is that like like the choking on some dick kind of shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not ghetto gaggers. It's like somebody else. It's other porn companies. Like they have scenes to where it's so commercialized almost, and like staged that it doesn't feel organic. Like part of like, I don't know about you, but for me, like when I first see a partner and they're naked and stuff, like I'm just sitting there kind of like looking them down, like, scanning them and stuff like that. I like to do a little touch here, little touch there, like kind of really get my way around their body. They just come in. It's just like, all right, just throw it down on the couch or wherever the fuck they are, and just start going at it. I'm like, whoa. Like, where's the slow recognition that, oh, yo, this is a whole naked ass female right here. Let me just go ahead and
Let me look at you.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that. In the atmosphere of porn scenes, you don't really have too many scenes where they're actually looking at the full body. You looking like start from the top, going on to the bottom of the toes, go right back up, different angles of looking at their body. You just get, oh, this person's nude on the couch, and then you get the other person that's on the couch with them, you know, get whatever they're going to go. Or, hey, you're undressed now. We're going into the bedroom. We're about to fuck. Or you just get the full body nudeness and nothing to like engage in. Look at me inch by inch. Let the camera pan down my fucking body, and I want you to appreciate every fucking thing that you see, every little curly hair that you see on my fucking body. See the growth before the growth, all of it. See me, but yeah, they don't have it.
They don't.
Now, ooh, porn. Gotta love porn. Now, I did end up finding the name of that, the author in the book. It is Pitbulls in a Skirt, and it is by Michael Malone, or Michael Malone, and it's Mikal. Like that's. But that was a very good book. Now, do you have any like favorite porn creators or authors, producers?
I can't. Well, I know for like, okay, so like for hentai is different. I know a lot more about hentai than actual like real life shit.
Let's go into it.
Like, I know that Green Bunny is a pretty good one. They're a pretty good hentai producer. And most of the amateur stuff or like the content creator shit for hentai, it's Wireframes with a Z at the end. Then you got what's that motherfucker's name? Golly, shit, I'm blanking on it now. Like if I was typing it, look, hold on, let me just pretend like I'm about to.
Y'all, right now he's just pulling up some porn for him to jack off. That's all he's doing.
Hell nah.
He's a nasty. He's masturbating on camera, y'all.
Not even. Pixel Perry. Right now, wow. Pixel Perry's good. At least I like Pixel Perry. General Butch. Damn, General Butch makes some good ass shit. Like it's like his hold on. Can I send stuff through here? Will it let me send stuff?
Look, if you want to, like, yeah, you could definitely send stuff, and I'll definitely post it in the show notes, because why not? What are they gonna do? Take me down? Oh. I don't give a damn.
Take me down.
Like, I have a fucking Patreon, so.
Oh, you got a Patreon?
No, I do. Yes, I do.
Nice.
So if they decide to take me down, at least I can still be on Patreon. So it is what it is.
Hold on. Can I send this through chat? Yeah, I can. Bam. All right, there we go.
Now I'm about to pull this up and be nosy while Hakeem is talking.
Yeah, but General Butch is pretty good. Like his whole entire like art style is amazing to me. Like 3D hentai is like the best type of hentai, honestly speaking, because you get the gloss, you get the realism, like shit just looks crisp and soft. And I'm just like, yo, how bro, like how do you do this?
I'm here for this.
Yeah
like this 3D hentai is where it's at, like, honestly. And why is his dick so huge?
It's a thing about hentai, like it's that whole Trump up on the whole BBC thing. And can we talk about that? Like I don't understand like what's people's misconception about like niggas and dicks. Like I don't get it. Like
it's I would say a lot of it does come through the lens of American chattel slavery and the over sexualization of black bodies for both men and women. So just I would say that's the reason. And when you go like spread the colonialism and all the other stuff and the media style colonial practice and who's the superior media and content outlet, whose movies and film, all that other stuff is better and more superior than others. It just, yeah, that I would say that's probably the reason why, like across the globe, you have that huge fascination with the BBC and big booty women.
Right. Oh, another, but on the real people spectrum, moving away from hentai, some creators that I actually do like, Jane's Rowe, she's pretty great. I don't know why I'm on an interracial tip today. Like maybe today's just a swirl day for me.
Yes, for the swirl.
Yeah. But Jane's Rowe's pretty great. Honey Gold is a content creator that I like.
Mm-hmm. Also a celebrity crush.
Right.
If you haven't seen the episode, well, listen to the episode. It's posted.
I swear to God, like if I could just, she's so awkward though.
You know you love it.
I do, but you know what? If I met her in real life, I'm like, oh, hey, Honey Gold, like, you know, it's your boy. Like, she's like, who? Like, I don't know. I just thought I'd say, hey.
You call her awkward, okay?
Like, you know, like, and from what I understand, like, she's got some real trauma and stuff, and I don't want to be that kind of person, like that fan that's like, oh my God, it's Honey Gold, like I saw you in da 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 and all that kind of stuff, and like traumatize the woman, like the fuck. There's another not porn star, but content creator called Big Butt Booty, who's pretty good too. But I think she goes by Paige now.
So I know, like for myself, at least on for Twitter content creators, also somebody I really do want to meet up with one of these days. Display name is Juicy Poppy, but I think his Twitter handle is famously known as. Definitely would hook up with him if the opportunity ever present itself. There's somebody who else I follow. I don't think he creates any content anymore. Sunny the Trans. I forget his full name, but some of the stuff that he used to put out, I'm like, yes, because he was in a relationship with a trans woman, and I think they're still together, and I don't know for sure, but yeah, their content used to be fire. Other people that I follow, I have a lot of Twitter people that I follow.
I need to start following these Twitter folks because
you really do. Like Twitter be on it. Like I back in the Tumblr days, I started following Fat Rabbit Killer, and I transitioned to following this motherfucker on Twitter too. It's like great content creators are out here, people. And Twitter has some wonderful people on there, and I'm just like, oh, here for it. There's one other person that I follow, and I'm trying to pull her up. While I'm pulling her up, I'm going to at least just talk about some of my favorite authors in terms of like erotic or romance novels. Zane will always be number one because sis will get me from 0 to 8,000 real quick. Most definitely when it comes to like her anthologies. But on top of that, I love Anna Windsor. She's the writer of the Dark Crescent Sisterhood novels. I think that's what it's called. But the first 3 books is Bound by Light, Bound by Shadow, and Bound by Flames. All of those I loved, and they're more on the romance side versus erotica, which personally I feel like the only difference between erotica and romance is that erotica was more geared towards like Black people saying that they are not of standard because of the usage of words that we preferred, rather than just calling a vagina the flower of
the flower
of the soul or some shit. We're just like what? The clit. Like, so
hey man, flick that bean.
But like, because like when you read like any non-anthology based story of Zane, which is still classified as erotica, is a romance novel. Like that's all is romance. But Anna Windsor, her books are very great. I even jacked off to I think it was a sex scene in Bound by Light. It was lit. And that last content creator that I was looking for, her name on Twitter is Big Titty Angel. Tiffany Baby XOX is her handle, and I randomly stumbled upon. Oh shit! I should not have scrolled down.
What you mean?
Damn.
What? How you gonna be just like?
I'm going to just show you exactly what I saw. But like, when I was randomly scrolling through my original feed, when I found her, I just came across somebody just pouring milk down her chest, and I'm like, okay, that's turning me on. Oh, this is what I just came across.
Hey, look at them.
Like, yeah,
I love it.
Like, yeah, she has some great content. That's all I could say. So yeah, Big Titty Angel.
Is she's on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to get your Twitter porn up, y'all might as well go ahead and follow everybody I named, all of them on Twitter.
Rosie, he should go by Rosie or whatever.
Who?
Big Titty Angel.
Oh, her handle is at Tiffany Tiffany baby XOX.
Baby.
And we love everything that she does.
Is it XOX1 or XOX?
XOX. My bad.
At Tiffany Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sis is. Yeah, I love to see it.
I'm only pulling up a Tiffany Baby XOX 1 for some reason.
Child, let me send this to you.
This her?
Hold up now. Now this is playing stuff. Okay, I'm back. Now who?
Oh, hold on. Now hold on. Wait, what? Is this her?
Yes, that is her. Okay.
Cool.
So you found her page?
Yeah, I did. This is not she. Damn. Oh. Okay, she got it.
You saw the milk?
No, I saw the succubus part. I was like, oh shit. All right, I'm into
Succubus. Hold up.
Yeah. Hold up. What?
Oh yes. Yeah.
I
love that one. I love
that. Like, I don't know what
she does cosplay too, people.
See, cosplay shit. Cosplay shit is the greatest.
Speaking of which, that's I think I don't know if that was the episode. I think it was the episode you and I were on. Like when Meg does cosplay.
Megan.
All the time.
Oh, I love for her to tackle me.
I'm so done. So, like, okay, this video that you posted, is this one of the ones that you want to be in the show notes? This stranded girl one?
No, that's just something that I just saw, and I was like, oh yeah, this is Paige Steele. She goes by Paige Steele. She used to be Big Butt Booty, but she's got a lot. She has like a lot of content, and it's pretty well shot. And yeah, like she's got her older stuff. She's like a little bit more chubbier, but now she's like lost some weight, and now she's like at the perfect size, like perfect.
I will never understand how people be having car sex, but I think it's because I'm like tall as shit. But
same, like I'm tall and I'm big as shit. Like I don't understand like how people just get like cram themselves in that. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Because I'm like, I can do it now, but I also have an SUV, so I can like put down the
Oh,
back seats and look, we can go fucking. But I'm
right.
not going to just be like, hey, you want to go have car sex? No, I'm too tall for that. Like, are we supposed to be
Yeah.
like, are we just going to be outside? Because my thing is, I don't want nobody to like pull up on us or even know what the fuck we're doing over here. Like, what?
Are your windows tinted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, okay, so this one that I'm posting right now in this chat is actually one that should be in the show notes. It is a blog ran by a guy named Finox. He makes it for everyone who's like real nerdy and real fucking perverted and shit. They probably might know this name, Corruption of Champions. But Corruption of Champions is basically a turn-based RPG style game that you can pretty much start as a human, but you won't end as a human. Like, yeah, you can end up with like like a knotted cock. You can end up with like tentacles. You can end up with like fur, no fur. You can end up with no sex organs, all kinds of stuff.
That's interesting. I love the fact that the first thing I see when I come onto this web page is two beings, feminine presenting, and both of them have what looks to be penises, and I'm here for all of it. And it's kind of it's very sexy, and I'm probably going to be looking at this a little bit later.
Yep.
Is that a tail or a huge dick? Oh no, never mind. That's a tail. Oh, you are a 9. You better be a fucking yes with the 9 tails fox, bitch.
Yep. Yep. You when you start playing it, you gonna be like, oh shit, like in reading all this stuff and whatever, because all the like scenes and stuff are either written by him or written by a team of people or written by like fans. So you don't know what you're getting.
So this is a game.
Yep.
See, this is why I love the creativity of people, because like what the utmost fuck, this is beautiful. I love it. Oh my god, I don't have enough time. Yes, I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to play this right now.
You gonna start look. All of see is Vertus reading like, oh, what? I got huh? I will say this, like, so because it is a text-based RPG style game that's very not safe for work, the law, like you fighting and stuff, if you lose, you'll end up getting like raped.
Damn.
Yeah, so trigger warning on that.
Thank you for that.
Right. And the thing is, like, I never understood this. Like, I'm like, okay, so I went down to 0 HP, right? Like, how can I recount these events happening to me, but I'm like not conscious? And then on top of that, why ain't I wearing a belt? Like, it's like he takes out his dick, and I'm like, wait, hold on. So you just gonna bypass the fact that I got pants on?
That's a good. The math. That's a good point. Unless the pants are actually your skin.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because that I know like one of the things that this is a fantasy novel that I need to sit down and start working on. But some of the characters, one of the races of the characters, their clothing is their fur, and like when you look at it, it's like kind of like that,
like a furry
Avatar garbs in the Korra third season, the wing things, and they just, something like that. Looks kind of like that, but that's all their fur. Like, and it looks like a nice little design. But yeah, Jesus, yeah, I'm going to be playing that game. That reminds me of like back in the day, going to like Newgrounds and playing their games, and they used to have the 18 plus games on there too, and also the dating sims. Oh my god, I used to love dating sims so much.
I ain't never see Newgrounds was one of those things I was just like, I saw that side and I was just like, this ain't that great. Like, I could find better.
True, there was a lot better out there.
Mm-hmm.
Newgrounds was a little bit on the safe side because they knew that kids do access their site,
Yep.
but they did have their dirty side. You just have to like dig deep into finding those.
Dig deep in that thing. Yep.
So,
Um,
now, another thing I wanted to bring up is like going to like strip clubs and play parties. Have you done either one of those yet?
I haven't been to a strip club or a play party. It's on my things to do list.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was thinking about so for those of you who don't know, Vernon, you might know this, but Anime Weekend in Atlanta, I was planning on trying to go to not a play party, but a kink club during that time frame.
What?
Yeah.
Next time, give me the tea on that because a nigga might pull the fuck up.
Hey, I mean, like it's in October, so like the latter half of October, and I've got a whole hotel room and everything booked.
And I will have a little bit more money by then to like go more places. So yeah, I'm gonna text you about the details, like when it's going on and all that stuff later. But
Okay.
yes, because I do be wanting to go to a lot more anime conventions and whatnot. So that,
and I heard them folks is real horny up there. I'm looking for a wife who cosplays.
Look, I love me otaku, like
oh yeah.
like send me one any day.
Look, let me tell you. So there's a girl that I'm talking to now. She's in Texas, and she is like, she's almost like me, almost like she likes anime. She's into manga. She's like into abstract shit. Like everything that I kind of like, she has either dabbled in or likes, but she also has a dude. So I ain't he probably was like, yeah, let me just introduce you to all these things that I like, and they just happen to be the same thing. So
I hate that so much.
I do too. I'm like you're perfect, and if I could just have you,
like you are bae,
right? Like you're everything. Like this is how I know that I was like, look, if you weren't attached to a dude, I would snatch you up right now. She said that. Hold on, I got the thing pulled up right now. So let me scroll back because I need to say it verbatim because I never can get this right. So I said, the question, what is your idea of being dom? Like, I want to dissect that term you used earlier, being truly dom. And her response was exactly what I'm like looking for. She was like, that needy, like aggressive, needy, hungry, demanding, taking, kissing, bites, being used for my dom's pleasure, being told that I'm all his tonight, not caring how I feel, while also desperately needing me to get lost in that pleasure of being owned by him. And I was just like, that's exactly what I want. I'm like, it's like you just said what I was thinking, and I was just like, why, Lord? Lord, why you do this?
That's like when I met someone a couple years ago, and I always tell myself I want someone who can who's like a musician in a sense, someone who can play the theme song of Angel in different instruments, and I want it to be a cello, violin, guitar, all that. I'm just, minding my business, matched with somebody on, the socials and whatever. Mind you, this person I matched with shouldn't even been on these fucking apps, which pissed me off. Well, it really didn't piss me off, but we were having a conversation. Yeah, look, we're having a conversation. They knew the show. They also love that song. They haven't practiced that song, but this person knew how to play the cello, the violin, viola, guitar, and saxophone, which was a plus for me because I love a good sax. Right. And I'm like, why the fuck are you the perfect man for me. Like, this is what I've been looking for all my life. And you know how to play the piano too. Like,
damn,
what the fuck? Just to be told that I was married in the past and my former lover passed away, and because of that hurt, I'm not willing to open myself up to new lovers. I was like, bitch, universe, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, why would you bring this to me?
Exactly.
You told me, look, Vernon, it is possible for you, but I'm not giving that to you. Why?
It's like, hey, you see that new car over there? Yeah, you can't have that, but It's nice to look at though.
Right, like this is doing too much. The universe playing games.
For real. I'm like, and the crazy thing about it was I was supposed to hook up with one of my friends that I talked to on, we met in the chat room and stuff like that, right? I was supposed to meet up with her the day that I was supposed to go to the conference, the APA conference that I went to in Minneapolis. And, she couldn't make it, and I understand, like, shit happens. So I started just fucking around and whatever. And then in the same chat room, this girl pops up, and I'm just like, yo, like, these people like just exist. Like, I could just like be myself and shit, and like it happens.
It's wild. It's just
why they all be goddamn taken. I'm just like, fuck.
All the time, every fucking time. I'm just like, look, I feel as though I earned enough karma points to buy whatever the fuck I want, universe, whatever I want. But you continue to say no. Nope, nigga. Nope, you're not getting it today.
Exactly. Like, oof.
So, last topic before we wrap up this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is kind of going off of what you brought up with chat rooms. What is your experience when it comes to like text-based role play and cybering or cyber sex?
So, I know everything there is to know about cyber sex, I think. That time period in the 2000s when MySpace was popping.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, I was there doing a little cyber work
when instant messages just became a thing.
Exactly. Like I was deep in the cyber game. Now, mind you, most of the cybering that I did was like role play based, like for anime characters and shit. But it's still the same principle. I can like write a whole story out and then go from there and shit. Yeah. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
I used to like write short stories and post those in some forums that I know I should not have been in, and just leave it there. And some people used to be like, "Oh my god, this is real good." And I'm like, "I know, it came from me. I'm a fan of Zane's. I'm trying to get this bitch to publish this art shit." But like, just those. I remember playing Gaia Online, and used to have like cyber sex on there too. You meet up with somebody and they had a crouch function.
Yep.
You just crouch, go up and down with somebody, and then you text, oh yes.
Yep. Them days. Them's the days that I'm talking about. Like, cause like my thing with cyber sex is this. I like cyber sex. Like, cyber sex is the equivalent of reading like a book to me. It's just a collaborative book. You can set the scene as you want it. You can be as rough as you want. You can say whatever the hell you want. And it's a little bit easier for me because, like, I don't like talking as much. And when I do talk, it doesn't come out the way that I want it to. With words, I can, like, with like typing and stuff, I can type it the exact way I want. And it doesn't, and there's no room for error, really, because it's all on the page. The only thing is like using the correct words to convey the meaning that you want, or the emotion that you want, I should say. But cyber sex is real. It can get complicated if you make it complicated. That kind of thing.
Like, I will definitely do like a text-based sex scene or cyber sex a lot more than I do like phone sex. Like, phone sex, it's okay. I get the appeal, But it's like there's nothing like reading it and imagining and engaging with it and just anticipating what they're going to send next rather than what they're going to say next, because you have to think about this shit. You have to really figure out how are they going to respond to the words that I'm putting within this conversation. Like you have to get into their psyche, their arousal, their atmosphere to make sure that you're able to continue this story versus, oh yeah, I'm touching myself, I'm rubbing on my dick and all this other stuff. Like I get the appeal, but it's nothing as juicy as that anticipation while they're typing so much. And most definitely if they're typing things in segments and you're just like, I don't know when they're going to be done, but each one of these sentences that they're sending me is sending me somewhere.
Now I will say this, cyber sex these day and age, I personally ain't in those circles no more, because I got other things to do. But with Messenger, like Facebook Messenger and stuff, and like other types of chat rooms, including voice shit, like you got to know when to use your voice and when to use the text. Like it's a whole nother dimension.
Good point. Ooh, that would be interesting to have phone sex through voice chat versus just on the phone, because just imagine that in the Russell and bustle, whatever the word is, like everybody just being on the go these days, and that okay, I started this phone sex conversation with them last night and I haven't listened to that message yet. But I know I cannot wait until I listen to it. When I get home, that's gonna be the first thing I play, and I'm just anticipating that moment when I get to hear them. Oh, let me find out that they orgasm after that last thing I sent them. Oh, let me find out, because I'm going to go in if they did. Oh yes.
Right. And the crazy thing about it is, like, now from what I understand. So you know how like you had Gaia Online and IMVU and all that kind of stuff. Kids have a version of that now.
Roblox.
No, not even Roblox. The VR chat room.
That's a thing.
It's a thing now.
That's interesting and creepy at the same time.
It's It's like I get it, but at the same time, I'm just like, damn, we did came a long way. Like y'all actually got avatars and shit that y'all can just move around and shit.
Right.
I thought about it because I like text-based role play and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should like get one for myself and just check it out and whatever and see what the rumblings are. But me personally, I'm just like, hey, listen, I need an ID check. Like, how old you like?
Exactly. Like, even though I know that we're moving to the point where we're about to have autonomous sex objects, it's coming within the next 5 years. I would not be shocked, and if it's not out there, y'all better coin me and pay me on these funds for the intellectual property. But I will not be shocked if they have a full-ass bodysuit that you'll be able to like put on, and that is custom made to fit all appendages and enlargements or whatever happens, or goes inside if need be, where when you're meeting online into online spaces to have virtual sex that you are having, like it's really feeling like you're having that thing,
actual sex,
even if you have like the little the fake bottom area, even with that you connect that. And you know that your partner, oh my God, that would be amazing. Like if that had a Wi-Fi compatibility and your partner's in another room and you're fucking the bottom piece and they're feeling all those things in their body. Oh, that would be so hot.
Yep. It's a thing now. So just saying.
Like, oof, Lord. Okay. On that note, we didn't even talk about masturbation, but it is fine. Oh wait, no, that's the next one. That's we will be talking about masturbation sometime soon. But Um, thank you so much for being on today, Hakeem. I greatly appreciate you all. I hope you all listening enjoyed this conversation. If you are trying to initiate some kind of cyber sex, text-based role play or some shit like that, let me motherfucking know. Like, a Discord is out, people. It's on through the Patreon and whatnot, and I can always make that channel for people who like the cyber sex. Please, you have to be 18 and over, people. And I do we do vetting around these parts.
Oh, yeah,
but like,
you vet?
oh yes, like to gain access to the Discord, you have to be a patron anyway. So
Nice.
and it's 18 plus only. Now, if you're lying out here, you will get kicked out. But like I'm not opposed to vetting people, like face-to-face meetings, over virtual call, looking at ID, all that, understanding that who they are. I'm not above that, because I like creating safe spaces for people.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're into some cyber sex and text-based roleplay, let a motherfucking know, and we can get that channel started up on the Discord or in public, like, well, however y'all want to do this. Like, the Twitter thread can be a thing. The Send News one is still up for those people who are trying to drop some news on the Soliloquy Podcast Twitter page, wherever y'all want to do there. Now, on that note, thank you all so much for listening to the Soliloquy Podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful, you are worthy of happiness and joy, you are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Soliloquy Podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.soliloquy.com. That's www.heauxvemberlinks.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.